Welcome back, everybody, to our Online Isolation 2 podcast discussing the second to last episode of the season. How's it going, and who is up and down for you guys?
You can go first.
It's going well. Oh snap! Actually, didn't write it down for this one, but I guess kind of obvious for me. Chris definitely went down for me. I was I ain't gonna lie, I was yelling at the screen at Chris, like, yo, like, stop, shut up. Yeah, definitely he went down for me. Up, let me look. I would say Elizabeth for sure. She's kind of been in some danger groups for a while. But she was able to make it to this final. So I mean, big ups to her. She's faced a lot of adversity.
For me, who went up was Deleon because he got both the people. He got both the people he wanted out eventually, and who went down for me. I didn't know we can choose people in the void, but I didn't choose anyone in the void. So I said Shelby went down for me because I mean she's just chilling there. She has nothing to worry about and stuff like that. From that aspect, but you have Alexia's closer to Deleon, and Elizabeth and Sasha are closer to each other, and she's just the only one out there.
Let's go ahead and start with Chris because you mentioned him first. He had a bit of a. I just want to know what you guys think went wrong for Chris during this whole roller coaster of a game for him, because he was like a huge target for most of the game.
Came back into the game.
Facts. I just think, to be honest, I think what really went wrong for him and what affected him, same thing that has affected me in past games, is game fatigue. If you remember, like, first couple of episodes, he was super likable. He was making friends. He knew what to say. He was a smooth talker. It was going fine. He had a plan to smooth talk people. But just throughout the game, what are we, like, a day 18, 19? Like, getting on the game every single day, like, it's hard to maintain the plan that you create. So I think he's just kind of like, he's gotten worn down. We've kind of seen more of the true Chris rather than the strategy Chris. And I mean, to me, this episode was full of mistakes. Saying a lot of the wrong things, still saying things like, it's a secret, I'm not going to tell you that. Like, yeah. Dude, just get cut it, man, cut it. Like, that's a big reason why you lost a lot of friendships. Pulled the desperation move of giving everybody a 1, which, like, to me, like, I feel like if you have to pull a move like that, you pretty much know you're eliminated, right? Like, it was like a Hail Mary, and he was still in the bottom group. It's like, how is that even, like numerically, how is that even possible? How did you pull that off? Like, you're that disliked in the game.
Did everyone get him one?
Pretty sure like a 1 or a 2.
And what gets me is, like, who else was in there with him? When they're like, oh, Alexia, how did you get in here? Like, he was like, I don't know. Like, Alexia, I don't know. What are you doing in here? I was like, bro, you gave her a 1. What do you mean? What do you mean? What are you doing in here? Like, what the? Oh man, this dude was just like, I was just pissed at him. He tried to blame his failures on his age. Look, like, man, it ain't got nothing to do with your age, man. It's the mistakes you're making. Like, he was started as one of my favorites, and I just, like, was getting more angry and more angry and more angry with Chris, and it was his demise.
Do you think he just maybe trusted some of the wrong people? Because I feel like if he was in an alliance without Alex and Deleon, would it have been better for him?
It would
have. I don't think it mattered. I think his problem was he didn't trust anybody. Like, he didn't have he had an alliance, but he didn't work very well with them. Right? Like, him and Alex clashed early, which I would kind of put that on Alex. I felt like he kind of turned his back.
But I feel like Deleon and Alex just either didn't trust him or were just after him. So that kind of why his whole alliance fell apart for him.
Well, did he have a reason to give Deleon that 3? Because he pretty much became dead to Deleon.
That's true.
Deleon spread that to the rest of his crew. And that's your whole, like, Aaron's gone. Like, you kind of lost your whole crew, in my opinion, with your own moves. So I think he just kind of imploded, man.
Didi, do you think Dion kind of took over the alliance? Because Chris kind of created it, but then Dalian kind of took over it.
He did.
Oh,
He
yeah.
definitely did.
Yeah.
He took it over as soon as he got back to them. He's the one that rallied them up. Like, it was Chris's idea, but Dillion is the one that did all the work, basically rallying them up together and everything. So it was Dillion's group.
He stole the show.
So in this episode, Sasha returned, and she's putting a lot of negativity out there about Deleon. How are you feeling about that, Didi?
She need to get the fuck on somewhere. Like,
Oh shit.
Cause she gonna be like, she was like, Deleon is playing dumb. Like, even the previous episodes, she gonna come in the same stuff playing dumb. Like, she don't know what's going on. She did the exact same thing. I'm like, girl, if this not the fight calling the color black, but that's not.
Dot, how are you feeling about Sasha's return?
Dude, I feel great about it. She's been one of my favorites from day one. You know, when she was eliminated, it hurt. You know, I knew it was going to come when it came. I wasn't sure if she would get another chance at the game, but I love it. She's got a lot of information. I think she's going to do something with it. Like, I mean, she's already trying to get in Alexia's ear. Like, you know, like, yo, I know he's your boy, but dude's lying in every conversation. So I love that. I think she's smart enough to make moves. I think she's got the spice that you need to be able to do well. And I think she's, for the most part, she's made friends with most people. She kind of ended off on the wrong side of the clip, being associated with Hannah and Ella. But she hasn't made too many enemies, and I think that's going to be good for her if she can make it to voting with the Void.
But do you think her and Elizabeth are enough on the same page as far as grading goes compared to Deleon, who's always giving everybody low scores?
No, they're not as rallied in their approach, but they can be. I don't think it's too late. They can make a good game plan. I know that Elizabeth and Sasha really ride for each other. They always defend each other in every conversation that they have. So I think that may be powerful enough to do something with. Look, man, Deleon's gonna have to make a move too, because if he wants to be voted by the Void, which the Void isn't very fond of him right now, he's gonna have to turn his back on some of his soldiers, right? Because I mean, Shelby and Elizabeth are the most likable people in the game, and if the three of them make it to the final, he's not gonna win.
Would you agree with that, Didi?
Right? Am I right? Like, am I right?
Uh-huh.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't have the Void on his side right now.
Do you think Deleon loses against Elizabeth and Shelby if that's the final three?
No, not Elizabeth.
I think Alexia and Shelby. I think he loses to both of them in the final.
When you said Elizabeth, I was like, what?
No, my bad. I meant Alexia and Shelby, because they're like, they ride for him so hard, but if he maintains that friendship past this, like throughout this entire episode, he won't win. He's gonna have to make a strong move here.
I mean, at the end of the day, even with the Sasha and Elizabeth situation, at the end of the day, I think Deleon is going to put Elizabeth first, and Elizabeth is going to put Deleon first. So
right.
It doesn't matter about the other people.
Right. But I do think Elizabeth is going to try to save Sasha. I think the biggest piece that's missing is that Elizabeth doesn't really know Deleon's plan, really, or as far as I know. It's like the rest of, it's like Deleon has Shelby and Alexia in his back pocket, but they don't know that Elizabeth is on their team too. And I kind of feel like what's missing is the unity of those four players. Because if Elizabeth knows, like, hey, I have safety in this trio, you know, led by Deleon, she's gonna say, forget Sasha at the end of the day, and then they're in a good place. But she doesn't know that, and she doesn't feel secure, and you know, it's gonna be tough. And for me, you know, I know we all love Deleon, but it kind of makes me question, like, you know, like, I mean, Elizabeth is kind of on an island. Like, you know, you have two soldiers that you haven't. Elizabeth doesn't have the soldiers that you have, and I'm kind of wondering why. I feel like it would be in everyone's interest to bring Elizabeth in, but he has strategically chose to keep these two alliances separate.
Yeah, I feel like it might be too late in the game. I feel like if Dillian was going to tell her, he probably should have done it a
Right.
few rounds ago
Yeah,
and had that
yeah.
one-on-one. Because now I actually don't know if Elizabeth would turn on Sasha this late in the game.
You do know, Nick.
No, I'm being honest. I don't think she
You
would.
know.
I don't know.
Watching
I
the whole
mean,
thing.
if she knew she had a whole team behind her, I think she would, because she's been scared. She's been in elimination the majority of this game. She's been in the danger group. If she had the backing of 4 out of 5 players, I think that she would drop Sasha.
But I think like if I kind of like the fact that they were on 2 different spectrums of the game, because if they were together all the time, then one of them would have got eliminated already. But it's good that they're both on opposite sides, so that way they can see what each side is doing and get back to each other and work like that.
True.
Yeah, I suppose so. I don't know. I was trying to like run the numbers of like, if I was like, if I'm sure that Shelby will try to save Deleon, so will Alexia. And if Elizabeth is going to do that, and if Sasha's going to do this, I'm like trying to figure out who's going to get how many votes to not be in the danger group. And I don't know. It's, for me, it really depends on, one, what Alexia does with the information that Sasha gave her, that Deleon can't be trusted. And 2, if Deleon makes a strong move to turn on his team in order to, try to be in a good place for the void vote.
Alexia seems pretty loyal to Deleon, though. Do you think she would turn on him in the end?
I don't think so.
And speaking of Shelby, I know you had her down, but this was her first time as a power player. So she's really came from the very bottom to the very top. So thoughts on Shelby being a power player finally?
I mean, it's good, I guess. Hopefully she can get saved again and not get eliminated. But if she's up for elimination, I strongly think she's going to get voted off. Out my face.
Yeah,
how you feeling?
I'm happy for her. She was kind of dealt a bad hand in the beginning, and she made a lot of great relationships that led her to this spot. So she earned it. She earned the right to be here. I think she's in a great spot. I think that she has a good chance of winning this game because of the relationship she's made, and her ability to not really ruffle too many feathers. I think it's really going to depend on if anybody decides that she's a huge threat going into the final, and if they decide that she needs to be taken out. Because, if you're thinking a couple steps ahead, that's a pretty good move. She can definitely win this thing. You
look thrilled with your cat, Didi.
Oh, she's harassing me, so that's why I'm just getting her so she can leave me alone. That's all. Oh, speaking of cat, Salem is so cute.
He loves his camera time too.
Yeah, she doesn't like the camera, so it's different.
Well, in this episode, the power players were Elizabeth, Deleon, Shelby. They voted out Chris, and then the Void voted out Hannah. How do y'all feel about how that worked out?
That worked out so perfectly. Like, I knew that both of them were going to the Void. I just knew it. I said, well, if they don't vote Hannah, I mean, she's going to go anyways. And it came true. So yeah, they can both hate from down there.
All right, Deleon.
I told you Deleon is my soulmate.
Well, what's interesting? I honestly don't think that it would have mattered who the power group would have chosen. I think if they would have chose Hannah, I think the Void would have eliminated Chris as well. So it was inevitable. No one was really going to turn against Alexia in this situation. Definitely feel bad for my girl Hannah. I feel what she was saying. She's like, she finally got like a reason to fight in this game, with kind of Deleon being her nemesis. She's like, all right, I'm gonna make a play, and then she gets eliminated. So I really wanted to see what she's gonna do with it. I'm a big fan of Hannah always. Gosh, just Chris again. The whole they're sitting in the danger group, and he's like, I know I'm gonna get eliminated. It's gonna be me. I know it. And I just like that. Like, I hate when people say that. I don't know why.
He's right,
if you remember,
he
was right, but like, I don't care, man. It's like, I feel like
said, oh, I'll let you finish. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I feel like the pity party is like a tactic. You know, in this case, it wasn't really, but like, do you remember like Patty in our season? Like every single conversation gonna be like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna win. They're
Dot,
gonna eliminate me.
dot. You're
Blah, blah. I was
overstepping
like,
your
dude,
boundaries.
that was the reason why I eliminated him. So
Don't
I was
be
like,
talking
bro,
about
like,
Patty.
I'm sorry, man, but like, I'm just not a fan of that technique. Like, I don't think I'm gonna win. I don't really have a chance. Oh, like I'm
I
gonna get
mean,
eliminated tonight. Like, dude, shut up, man. Everyone's trying to win. Like, like, I don't know, bro.
he
Like,
wasn't lying though. I
it's not.
honestly think he was telling the truth.
I guess. I guess. Keep it to yourself. Like, I don't want to hear it. I ain't about the pity parties.
Aw.
Fight through adversity, damn it. Do something.
It also took several rounds, but Manu got to get a little revenge on Hannah. He was definitely the first one to say he wants Hannah
I
gone.
want to get Hannah out.
Me and Manu are me and Manu.
Yo, my favorite line from Manu with this episode is when Chris goes to the void and this dude literally says, Chris, you didn't last very long. And then he stands up and walks off camera.
Yeah, that was.
Oh
good.
my god! For me, it's from worst to first, in my opinion. Like becoming like one of my favorite characters in the show.
Manu has grown on you a lot, I see.
Oh yeah, dude! It's just like Sasha said. I think he just got really comfortable in the void, and we got to see more of who he is. And I enjoy the kid. I enjoy him.
Well, before we get to the predictions, is there anything that I missed from this episode?
How did does Sasha know that not Sasha, does Elizabeth know that Sasha really is not fond of Delia?
I mean, they've had like casual conversation, but I don't know if she's told Elizabeth as much as she told Alexia.
Because her taking up for Sasha. And I was like, oh, she's gonna go hard for her because she was like, that's it, we're not discussing it. Sasha stays. I was like, oh, okay.
Actually, a question I did want to ask: do you think that was a mistake from Delian to want it to save Alexia? Like, what should Delian want to go to the end with someone like Chris or Hannah because like they're also not like from the void?
I mean, well, it's a different game. I was about to say they always don't work, but I think he just likes them. I don't know. I guess he just don't want it to give them any type of chance to win. So just go ahead and get them out.
True.
Yeah, I hear that. I do think I hear you, Nick. I think at this point in the game, it could have been a smarter choice to keep players that are more disliked in the game because you know that vote is coming. Look, man, everybody else that's left is pretty likable. Like, if anything, Delion may be the most disliked in this final five. So I think it may have been a good choice, but I also kind of feel him. He's like, bro, I don't want to play this game with people I don't like anymore, and I don't want them to be in the game, so they're going to be out.
But
So,
then again, even if he did cross her and voted her out, it's going to get back to the void. Everything she gets back to the void, and she probably would not vote for him to win because of that.
right, it's possible. I think D-Leon could have won the back. I think he's good enough to where he could have eliminated them and then also got their vote from the void. He's got the charisma.
I did that.
But you know, yeah, right. Like it can be done.
But Dillian is different. Dillian is outspoken though. So
right.
I don't think he could have got them back.
Right. Now I'll say the same thing about Delion I said about Chris. Is I do think that game fatigue hit him a little bit, you know. Like, he had a good plan, he did some great acting. But like over the days, you know, the true him just came out, and he made enemies with, you know, about half the game, and it may have been, you know, just a couple of days too early.
Well, I want to go through the final five and see who you think their best shot at winning is against. Like, who in the final three should they go to the end with to win the game, do you think? Well, go ahead and start with Sasha. Who do you think she has the best chance of going to the end with and winning?
Elizabeth and Dillian.
Yeah, same. Elizabeth and Delion. That's her best shot as well.
What about Elizabeth?
Dilian and Sasha?
I don't know how well is Sasha liked among the Void. How are we? I mean, they did vote her to be back in the game, knowing it was the last opportunity. So
But
then,
it's only for drama, though.
you think so? That's what Alex said.
Yeah, I feel like there might be a few, and now that Hannah's there, but I don't know if she would vote for Sasha or Elizabeth higher.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Deleon and Alexia. I don't know. I know Alexia's liked, but I don't know how many Void votes she would get.
What about Deleon?
Probably Elizabeth and Sasha.
Yeah, same. I mean,
So you're saying these three need to go with each other is what they need to do.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like if Deleon pretty much has to take out Shelby and Alexia if he wants a chance to be in this.
Yeah.
I think most people in this game lose to Shelby and Alexia because I think that they're most liked among the Void. Maybe Sasha too. I don't know, man.
Shelby needs to go against to win.
Dilian and Elizabeth.
Same. I think Shelby could take anyone.
I don't think she could take Alexia, but I think
she could take her. Yeah, if whoever wants to win this game needs to take out Shelby right now because she's about to win this game.
So you think Alexia could win against anyone other than Shelby?
Nah. I think her and Sasha are close. I don't know. It depends. Nah. I think it's a close toss-up. It depends on what they're looking for in a game winner. Is it based off of likability or is it based off of the work done and maybe who they feel like deserves it more? So I feel like Sasha's been through more, but I feel like Alexia may be more likable. Yeah, I said it.
So
I said it. Man, she's been to the Void. She's been in the bottom group. She's been in the top group. She's had to. I mean, shoot, Alexia been sitting at the top of the game like the whole game. She's been. Yeah, I mean, to some people want a winner who who's been to the bottom, fought in the middle, and was at the top as well. Like maybe somebody like JJ will vote for somebody who's had to fight for it. I would think.
I don't think JJ cares.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, you know what? I actually think that maybe Sasha has a bit more of a chance than Alexia. So I think Alexia can beat everyone except for Sasha and Shelby. Yes, Team Sasha, day one.
Sounds like a lot of people need to go with Deleon and Elizabeth.
Yeah. I think that they're the underdogs out of the five.
But like Shelby, she needs to get eliminated.
Yeah, I'm really curious because I mean, is it going to be a top three? Right, top three for sure.
What it usually is.
Yeah. I'm curious about. We know he's going to choose Elizabeth to partner up with, but he's going to have to cut ties with somebody. He's going to have to strategically go against somebody in this next round.
He's closer to Alexia.
You think so? Yeah, probably. That's a smarter move. Damn, I hope Shelby isn't taken out. My lord. Who knows? And then who knows what twist Nick's gonna throw in there?
I don't even know. I can't even.
Who knows? Who knows these days?
3 more people coming in the game. Okay.
It's a little late for that.
You'll do something like that.
I want to add one more thing about Deleon. I just like his mind games are I think are unmatched. I think that he knows that he's got soldiers in Alexia and Shelby, and he's kind of battle tested it against talking about Chris and seeing how they respond to it. And if you notice, in his chat this episode, he keeps bringing up Chris and Hannah the whole time. I think Chris may be lying about this. I think Hannah maybe was lying about this. He's like, what if Chris and Hannah are working together? It's the whole conversation was pretty much trying to like add doubt to
He
Chris and
has the
Hannah,
fem
and
pad
like
now.
right, and like Shelby and Lex are just like eating it up, like I'm just, just like absorbing everything that he says. I'm like, yo, like he knows the power that he has, and he's using it. Like he's using it in these conversations. So it was just interesting to watch.
Well, any last predictions you guys would like to make before the finale?
Mm.
So who's gonna be the top three though?
What I have a question about okay. So at first I didn't understand her either, but Karashikio, she's smart. And but when she tries to like speak on something or point out something, it's like the listeners are not taking in what she's saying. I forgot what she was trying to say, but she was trying to say something, and it's like they just brush it off their shoulder. And it was a good point. I can't remember what it was.
Was it about Elizabeth and Deleon? How the new players were at the top?
Right.
Yeah, that.
Right.
But like she was trying to get to that, and I'm like, why no one is listening to her? Like, does she have trouble like explaining herself, or do they just not care? I'm confused.
A good point. I don't really know.
That
Like,
was a
that's her
good point.
third time doing that, and they've just brushed it out the way.
Yeah, I feel like Sasha was the only one that maybe listened to her.
Yeah, I just think she's gotta make a little bit more noise. Like she's got facts about Deleon Elizabeth. Like she heard conversations. Like she made a good point, but she needs to go to them and be like, yo, I heard this, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
They've been planning this from day one. Like, yo, like, yeah, like give them the facts.
Yeah.
You know? That's why you were in the chat, right? The chats, right? So, I don't. She made a good point, but she obviously didn't care enough to try to shake up the game, or else she could have shook up the game.
She could have ended the game.
For real though.
Wow.
Yeah, that would have really shook up the game if she would have been pushing this earlier a few rounds ago.
Yes, I would have blackmailed them to the very end.
Yeah, I wouldn't even thought about that, but that could have saved her.
Well, this last round will be like this last round in the last episode where there'll be two power players. It's like the end of your game, Didi. There'll be two power players. Okay. They vote someone out, and then the void votes out the last person.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So I think if Shelby is not a power player, she's gonna get voted out first, and then the void will vote out. Oh, it depends on who might be a power player. Oh goodness.
True.
But what if Deleon and Elizabeth are both power players? I don't know.
I'll go first if you want me to.
Okay, go first.
I read the numbers. This is my mathematical guess.
Uh-oh.
So mathematically,
I hope this isn't days of math, but
okay. Mathematically, I do believe that Deleon and Elizabeth will be power players. I think that they have the most support within these five. I think that they'll get the highest rankings to be power players. So then at that point, shoot.
Well, I actually forgot something. I might mess up your numbers, but for this round, forgot.
For
this round, yeah, sorry. There is one last twist in the grading. For this round, the grading, you could only use one number once, so you can only give 1, 5, 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 2, or 1, 1.
Okay, so Elizabeth I'm gonna calculate this. Elizabeth's gonna give Sasha 5. Sasha's gonna give Elizabeth 5. Alexia is gonna give Deleon a 5. Shelby might give Deleon a 4. Deleon might give Alexia a 5 and Shelby a 4. Giving
Are you retaining all these numbers?
Giving Sasha a 1. Kinda. Elizabeth gives Shelby I would say Shelby a 2, Alexia a 1, Deleon a 4. Deleon gets the 4. So if you calculate all that, then who's not going to be safe is Alexia and Shelby, obviously. but I don't know between the last three. I don't know.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Yeah, you actually you got to the same. You did the same math that I did earlier, like all in your head. That was pretty impressive. Yeah, so I think Deleon Elizabeth will still be on top. I think that they will vote out Shelby,
Yeah.
and then I think that the Void will vote out Alexia, leaving Deleon, Elizabeth, and Sasha. And then the winner will be
Deleon. Woo!
Fuck, I gotta look at who's at the Void, man. Shoot.
Manu is gonna be petty and vote for
He's gonna vote
Sasha.
Sasha.
Yeah. Alex is
Right.
gonna vote for
Sasha.
yeah. Chris is gonna vote probably for Deleon.
Nah, I don't think so.
He's not a fan of Sasha. Or
He doesn't like anybody in this game. He might just vote Elizabeth.
He said his second favorite player, but she's gonna get voted out. I think that's Shelby.
Oh, right. He could do Shelby, right? Yeah, he does like Shelby.
Okay, and then JJ, he don't give
And
a fuck.
Hannah would vote Sasha or Elizabeth.
She'll vote Sasha.
Think so?
Yeah.
Just saying a lot of Sasha.
Yo, it looks like Sasha gonna win this game, yo.
I hope not.
She gonna win.
I really
From the
hope
ashes.
not. I hope not. Oh,
She didn't start at the bottom, but she sure went there. And now she's here.
because she's the one that was coggy at the beginning too.
Was she?
Was she
Yeah,
cocky?
she was. Yeah, 'cause remember when she was like a pod player like twice, and she was like, "We got to start planning on who we want to get out further on in the game." I'm like, "Girl, you can't go down." And we should-
Yeah, I think she's played really well, man. I would say it would be a worthy W if she got the win.
No.
Yes, I would give her
You
my
said
vote.
people got to put in work. Deleon put in the most work. If we're speaking facts.
Facts.
He did put in the
facts.
most work. That is true.
Damn, people
He
may
had to
respect
act-
that, and he may get some votes because of that. But he is going to be in the final three. It looks like.
Yeah, him and Elizabeth.
Damn, they gonna have to fight. Also, they get to give final arguments, right? I mean, that's
I hope
there
there's
are
some
some
final
swing voters,
arguments.
man. It's gonna depend on, that finishing argument, that final statement.
What, they have to explain why they want to win or something?
Yeah.
Well, the Void asked some questions like they did you.
'Cause I was just fussing and cussing. On
I mean, I was asking questions.
Leo was like, "No, not that one.
Okay.
Not that one."
different.
Leo said he's gonna fight somebody, pull out their hair.
Yeah, that was a whole dramatic mess. The final Void.
Yours
Oh,
was
man.
bad too, Dot, but I don't think he got nothing on Leo. Leo and Dillian, that's a whole different thing.
I was just using my words. That's it.
From the ocean, the Pacific Ocean too.
Oh God. I still use that phrase. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fan. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think out of all these five, like if any of these five made it to the final. Oh wait, I was gonna say I would vote Sasha, but now I'm looking at Shelby, and she done heard this thing too now. Never mind. I might vote Shelby. I'm not gonna lie.
I already know who I'm voting for.
But Sasha in a close second.
Well, the Void
Yeah.
doesn't vote though. They rank. So who would you rank?
Yeah, they
first?
rank. Talking about the last
Okay.
five, you go from 1 to 5.
So everyone gets a number, like it's like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
Something
then the
like that.
highest average ranking wins.
Man.
Dillion, Elizabeth, Shelby, Alexia, Sasha. That's mine.
Shelby, Sasha. Oh crap! This is so hard. Shelby, Sasha. Damn, this is rough, man. All right, so Shelby, Sasha, Dillion, Elizabeth, Alexia. No disrespect to Alexia, of course, and none to Elizabeth either, because she's played a great game. She's been fighting for days and days and days and days, and with a smile on her face too. You know what I mean? Like great attitude.
And not even as
when at the
drunk
bottom.
as the first game.
She know how to handle it now.
Yeah, right. She's a professional.
She's a professional.
She got it down. She's playing a great social game
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, any
But
final thoughts?
it's anyone's game. All 5 of these people are worthy.
Well, it's not anyone's game. We know it's not Alexia's game. We're gonna pull
Yeah.
Alexia to the side a little bit.
Yeah,
But
man.
I think the
You
top
guys
three-
don't think Alexia has a chance? She was the one voted friend of the void.
Yeah, but like she has less time. I don't know how to describe it. She has less time than the other 4. I don't know how to like the void knows the other 4 more than they know her.
Right. She never really went down there. She had a conversation in there. I think also like she just doesn't like I feel like and I said this in the earlier episode, she didn't have enough dirt on her. You know, like she hasn't like I don't think she's got grimy enough in this game.
Isn't that sometimes a good thing?
Yes.
Well, I think for a final vote, yes, but I think that she doesn't make it to the final vote because she doesn't
I think so.
like I think that if she knew how conniving this game was, she would have maybe believed Sasha and then maybe makes a move to stay alive tonight. Or next week. But I think she just stays where she's at, and then DeLeon makes that move, and then she gets eliminated. You know, I think because she hasn't been grimy enough, she hasn't seen enough of the grime that she doesn't know to make a strong move right here. She's too trustworthy.
She's
very
the least
trustworthy.
informed out of all the 5.
Yeah, exactly. You know, she's too pure.
But damn, not
She ain't got no dirt on her.
goodness. At least so.
She ain't got no dirt on her. Everybody else has kind of been through the muck a little bit, you know.
Wow.
I mean, Elizabeth and DeLeon, they have experience. Shelby and Sasha have both been in the void, both been spying on chats. You know, like they seen a lot of like lies and deception, and they've been watching the game. And you know, I feel like Alexia has been chilling more than them. Not that she's just been chilling, but just not as much experience under her belt.
What would they call her? Oh, what did Aspen call me, a goat?
But I
Why
mean,
you
you
a
almost
goat?
won. So
Aspen. You heard Nick Aspen. I'll see her tomorrow.
I do think like if Alexia can make it to the final 3, then I mean I think she's similar to you because you didn't have any dirt on you in online survival.
Oh yeah, I never understood that though.
But I mean, I guess
you.
you would need one more higher ranking than you did votes, I guess.
But who's her closest? Like who
Yeah.
who are the ones that are gonna vote her no matter what? Like she's very liked, but I feel like her relationships aren't as strong as other players have built.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true.
And she hasn't had to earn as much. I can't see why people would give her votes over a Shelby or a Sasha.
But I'm just saying, if she does make the NN, like if this is a bitter jury, she doesn't necessarily even need to be at the top because there's not votes. There's ranking, so she could just be number 2.
It depends on who she comes to the top 3 with. Like
that is true.
She's gonna lose against. No, I think Alexia can be. Well, Shelby has the void, so yeah. Didn't Dot say that earlier? Yeah, I would have to. Shelby might. Yeah. Alexia. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, but if it's someone, I don't know, maybe it was like DeLeon, Sasha, and Alexia. I don't know. Sasha does have a couple of enemies. You know, Alexia could get the average. Yeah, I think it's possible. And she got to fight for it though. I want to hear that closing statement. That shit means everything, man.
Because I don't remember.
It means everything.
This on everything. Are DeLeon and Elizabeth gonna say that they were on season 1? I'm gonna take that as a yes.
So, like, what's y'all's opinion on that? Like, what's y'all's opinion on like running a game like the entire time and then coming clean in like the final episode?
I couldn't do
it because a part of you doesn't want to like offend anybody, right? But like a part of you like wants to also kind of show why you deserve to win. It's like, yo, like,
yeah, I don't think they should say it before the vote. They make it to the end. Like if Delia makes it to the end, well, maybe more so if Elizabeth makes it to the end, she shouldn't say anything.
Right? You think that'll turn people off?
I think it would. Yeah.
More of anything. Yeah.
But after the vote, then sure.
Sucker. Good. My second try, biatches.
Shit.
Oh man. Yeah, I guess it is everyone's game, anyone's game then.
Yeah.
Good luck to all.
Well, that is all for us this week. We will see everybody next week for the finale.
Last episode.
Team Dillion and Elizabeth.
Good luck, everyone.